Guys, welcome to my July TBR. Now, I didn't do a June wrap up, but that's okay. We are here with another YouTube video for the Jacob's Book Corner. By the way, it's going to be uploaded on both my other YouTube channel and this YouTube channel, so we can get double the coverage and stuff and try to build that fan base, okay? But here we go. I'm super excited to do this. First, we're going to talk about my books that I'm going to be reading on my Kindle, and then we're going to go to the actual books because it's a pretty big stack. Okay, they're on my floor. Sorry if I look down. But I'm going to pull up my phone, and we're going to be talking about some very, very exciting things. Now, for the third week in July, I'm planning on hosting a readathon, a 24-hour readathon for myself. But of course, I'm going to be posting a video about saying this is the announcement day. If you want to, participate or whatever, I'm going to be doing reading sprints on Twitter throughout the whole entire day, and I'm going to be listening to some audiobooks, and going to be vlogging and doing these things. As you can also see that I have a different background. I'm in my closet at my mom's house, and my desk is in here. This is where I'm recording all my other YouTube videos, and so I figured this is a perfect opportunity to record these with a nice blank background. And of course, good old Zac Efron, who I love. So here we go. Are you guys ready? So the first audiobook that I'm going to be listening to, which I will show, I will try to pull up a picture of. Can I? Okay, probably not. So that was probably a big one. Is A Simple Favor. I hope it does its thing. Focuses. A Simple Favor by Darcy Bell. My sister just read this. She absolutely loved it. I love listening to thrillers, and actually this is going to probably be my 24-hour readathon. So I can't wait to get to it. It's going to be a little later on in the month, but I'm really, really looking forward to it. And, yeah, super duper looking forward to it. As of last month as well, I am, of course, going to be also listening to Cress by Marissa Meyer, which is the third book in the Lunar Chronicles. Oh, I guess I should explain what A Simple Favor is before we go on to Cress. A Simple Favor, I honestly don't know. It's a thriller. It came out in 2017. Now we're here. I'm not really sure. It's a movie that's coming out with Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick in September, and we both want to see the movie, so we both want to read the book. She read the book, she loved it, so it was highly disturbing and highly great. So I can't wait to enjoy it, and we can't wait to talk about it. Okay, so Cress, like I just showed you, by Marissa Meyer, is the third book in the Lunar Chronicles, which start with Cinder. You don't have to read them in order. I recommend you do, though. Highly recommend, so you understand the characters, but you don't have to. It's been highly talked about how you don't have to read them in order. But it starts out with Cinder, which is based on, it's a retelling set in space with Cinderella, and she's a cyborg, and she's part of these lunar people, or supposedly, we don't really know, and it's full of political intrigue and all this other good stuff that a good sci-fi book would have. Really good series. I absolutely love the person who reads them to us. Let's see here. What's her name? Rebecca Solar. Oh, she's a great narrator. I love her to death. And Crest seems to be a very highly anticipated one, so I'm very hoping that I finish it. I have a lot of building and stuff to do in the month of July, so I have no doubt in mind that I'll be moving on to winter very soon. Another audiobook that I'm going to be listening to is, of course, I'm going to be trying to finish The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan, which is the first book in the Percy Jackson series. There's 6 of these. And I'm really enjoying the first audiobook. I'm kind of enjoying, I gotta actually can't kind of lie here. It is written for young middle grade, and you can totally tell it's written for middle grade, which is really interesting how I did not get into it when I was in middle grade, which is middle school and stuff like that. It's a middle grade fantasy novel, but I've heard such great things about the Percy Jackson series and the series that follow that I'm going to at least read the first 2 and then determine if I'm going to finish or not. If I do read all 6, I'll have a full book review of them. I might do the first 3 and then the last 3. I don't know. I might break this up because there's a lot of books. But if anything, really good. I can't wait to fully finish this audiobook. I've been listening to it non-stop. I'm like an hour or 3 hours in or something like that. Only have a few hours to go. So that's the last audiobook on my list of books that I'm going to be listening to. But I of course do have 2 books that I'm going to be reading this month as well. The first book is really funny. The title is, and it's called This Book is Gay by Juno Dawson, which I was supposed to read in the month of June for Pride Month, but I ended up actually not really reading a lot of LGBTQ month books. But of course, I was really, really busy that month, so it's understandable. I don't really know what that book's about either. I love the title. This book is gay. One of my best friends recommended it to me and said it's a great book. I highly recommend you read it, and so I picked it up from my digital library. Then I have a long poem about breakups called Junk by Tommy Pico. Yeah. And it's a 60-page book full of poems about breakups, and LGBTQ plays a massive role in this book as well. So I got it as well to enjoy. And then also I might finish This Is Where It Ends. It's a great novel. I'll show you. The last one that I will probably end up finishing tonight, if I really push myself for it, is This Is Where It Ends by, oh my gosh, how do I not know this name? Oh, that's why. Marika Nijkamp. Yeah, that's where I'm going with that. And that one's simply about a school shooting. And it's in the wake of the school shooting, and it's the hours of it, and you get to see the aftermath of several different characters. It's really, really good. It's just really hard to read, so I've been really pushing it off. I started it last month. It was on my TBR for last month. It's continuing over. There's a few of those books. As you guys can see, Cinder has been on my TBR for a few months now. So now we're going to start getting into the actual books. So the first actual book that I'm hoping to finish this month is, of course, Captive Prince. I did not put this in my June TBR. It was a nice pickup that I picked up in my my mom's local library. I'm enjoying it a ton. I'm about halfway through it, hoping to finish it within the next night or so. Just to get it off my bucket list. It's a book of 3, so maybe I'll continue on, and if so, I will do a full review. It is set, I'm going to guess it, back in Roman times. The author, I didn't tell you, it's called Captive Prince by C.S.P. Catt, who has written many graphic novels, which I'm pretty sure why I think I know the name. It's because she's written so many phenomenal graphic novels I've heard. This is a global phenomenon, and it is a MXM love story, which means man to man, but it has a lot of adult content, gay erotica, I would even classify it as, even though there's not many erotic scenes in it. It's still classified in my book as a gay erotica. It's super, super good. I highly recommend it if you're into that type of thing. Just know there's many trigger warnings such as rape and sexual assault, and abuse, and all that fun stuff is all in here as well. It's hard to read, but it's highly addictive. The next book I am planning on picking up this month is Speak, which I'm planning on reading these back together, because, yeah. So Speak is this is actually the graphic novel, and it's a National Book Award finalist. Laurie Halse Anderson is the writer of the book, and, the actual artwork is by Emily Carroll, and it's so pretty. Like, hold on, maybe I can show you. Like, how it's drawn or whatever. As soon as it got announced that it was getting made into a graphic novel, I knew I needed to pick this up. I never read the book. I did watch the movie, which holds Kristen Stewart. It's from the early 2000s. It's a phenomenal movie. It definitely brings awareness to rape culture, especially back then, before internet and stuff like that, where you simply would go to the party and get roofied and get, or something like that. I think that's how it happens. And she gets raped at a party, and she does not speak about it, and she stops speaking, and because she doesn't think she's heard, and it shows such great encouragement for young girls and everything. It's very powerful, and I'm planning on maybe even doing a review over the graphic novel, maybe a book-to-book review, and maybe actually in the actual novel, and seeing which one holds up better. I'm planning on doing another one of those, such as Twilight, where I think the graphic novel holds up better than the actual book, but I might do one of those or something. I'm not really sure yet, but if you want to see a video like that, please do comment down below, and of course, I will try to review this. I think it's a book probably I'm going to say everybody should read, at least in high school. Next book on my July TBR is The Beautiful Disasters by Jamie McGuire. This is my second time picking this book up. My mom is reading it. I recommended it to her because I think she would like this new adult novel about Abby and Travis. Yeah, Abby and Travis is horrible, rambunctious love story set in college. She's a freshman. It's horrible. It's absolutely wretched. Should not read it. It's crap, but it's amazing. I love it. It's probably one of my favorite books of all time. It's in my top 10 at least. And if you want to see a video of my top 10 favorite books of all time, I will surely make a video of that. I do own most of them, which is good. And yeah, it's just about this girl who's like, the typical girl, or she's perfect, clean cut. Nothing's wrong with her. She's a nerd, she doesn't do anything bad. She goes to college, she meets a bad boy, and she falls in love, and they do horrible, horrible things with each other. He's abusive to her, but mentally, not like actually physically abusive. And she's about the same, and it's about their messed up love story with the Maddox family. There's 9 of these, or something like that. There's a lot of different books in this book series. They're all absolutely phenomenal. I'm a huge fan of Jamie McGuire. Her newest book, I'm trying to get my hands up currently. I'm a huge fan of hers, and so I can't wait to reread this. I'm planning on rereading it in my July 24-hour readathon. Next book is quite massive, and it is the sequel to Court of Fire and Roses, and it's Court of Mist and Fury. Right? This is book number 2. Yes, it is. I keep thinking it's book number 3, but that's A Court of Wings and Ruins. Sarah J. Maas is a book author that I picked up last year who I was kind of a fan of. I think the first one was okay. I think I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. But everybody I talked to said you have to read the second one. It will blow your mind. It's one of the best sequels ever written. You have to read it. You have to get your hands on it. So, that's what I did. I got my hands on it. Was really scared. Returned it. Didn't read it. It's over 600 pages, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, just a little over 600 pages long. I read about 100 pages a day, so it should take me about a week to read. I'm kind of nervous to dive into it. It's high fantasy. Very. The first book is about a girl. She is non-fae, and she is taken from her world for murdering a shapeshifter, and so as her punishment, she is taken into the Fae world, which there's a border or whatever that they have to cross, and she can only cross one of them. She is trapped there, and she wants to return to her family because she's the only breadwinner in the family. And it's basically about a story like that is the simplest way to put it. It's a very good story. I did like it. It's a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, which I didn't know. I enjoyed the book so much better after learning that it's a retelling of Beauty and the Beast. But the main what is his name? I can't think of. Oh gosh, does it really not tell you? I can't think of his name. But if you read the books, you would definitely know what I'm talking about. He's not the nicest guy, and I've heard he actually gets worse throughout the books. So I've been a little nervous to read it. I've also heard there's a lot of mature content in this one. I like the first one, so it's also been kind of pushing the limits of my envelope. But I'm here to embrace it, so that's what I'm gonna do. The next book I am planning on reading is From Twinkle with Love. Yep, From Twinkle with Love by Sanhaya Myon. I'm sorry. These names. But I did read her last book, When Dimple Met Rishi. Last year when it came out, I read it in the summer, as I was reading contemporary novels at the time, and I figured I'd pick this one up. I didn't really like When Dimple Met Rishi. I think I gave it like 3 stars or something like that. It was cute, but it was not what I was hoping for. I was excited for something more. And I feel like this book, I feel like her second debut novel, could give me that. It's a standalone. It's about, I don't know the names. I'm sorry. It's about an aspiring filmmaker and a wallflower. So Twinkle, Twinkle, who is the main girl, she gets accepted into, I'm pretty sure, a movie school or a film school or something like that. And she meets up with this boy who, or something like, I'm not really sure about the plot. I'm sorry. I'm very bad at this. I should have read the inside cover. I didn't. But I'm reading a lot of high fantasies, as you guys are going to see here in a minute. That one, look down, try not to. A Court of Mist and Fury is a very high fantasy book, and the next book is also high fantasy. So I just wanted a nice, deep in the middle novel, and that was this book. Yeah, this is my nice cozy book that I'm supposed to read after I get done with A Court of Mist and Fury, which will also probably be before my readathon. I don't know. I don't know my TBR for my readathon yet, but super duper excited for this one. Maybe, possibly. I'm kind of iffy, but I am curious to see my opinion on it. If this is a book that you would like me to review, because it is relatively new. It came out, I think, in May. Yep. So it is relatively a new book. If you would like to see my review or my opinion, please do comment down below, and I would love to give it to you. But this isn't one that's on my top priorities to review right now. That's why I would love to give my opinion. Second to last book of my huge TBR for the month of July is a Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Now this is book 1 in the Throne of Glass series. The newest one is coming out in like September or something, and I figured I would jump on the bandwagon. Especially now, if I don't like A Court of Mist and Fury before I read this, then obviously I'm not going to try it, because that means Sarah J. Maas has let me down, and I'll try it later on this year. But it is something I hope to pick up. It's very old. It's from a few years ago, but there's a lot of books in it. and everybody talks about it and raves about it, so I figured I would jump in to the party. But of course, it is shorter, and it shouldn't be as high as fantasy, I don't think. And it's about assassins, I'm pretty sure. Our girl here is an assassin. So this is the quote, so I'm just going to give you that. Nothing is a coincidence, everything has a purpose. You were meant to come to this castle, just as you're meant to be an assassin. Yeah, I think she's a trained assassin, or she becomes a trained assassin or something like that, and she goes higher ups. That's all I know about it. Very excited. My last and final book on my July TBR is Children of Blood and Bone by Tommy Ameni. Now, Tommy Ameni is my friend on Goodreads, which made me cry. She's my follower on my Twitter, which made me cry. All these moments have made me cry because I have read the first 100 pages of this book, and it's beautiful. It's amazing. It's great. It's about I can't say her name. I'm super sorry. Zoe. It's about her and a few other of her friends. They go on this quest to return magic back to the world. It is a Native American. I'm sorry. It's about tribes. It's a Native American. It's huge right now. It's probably gonna be the book of the summer. I'm totally writing a review about it when I get done with it, and it will be in my July. It will be in my July marathon. It's gonna be my second big book or whatever, that marathon. I can't wait to read it. I can't wait to dive back into this world. I've been pushing it off because I've had the book in my hand. I've been wanting to read it. Wait for the summer. I can't wait. It's my final book of my July TBR as well by this point. So, yeah. So, guys, that is my July TBR. I hope you're excited for my July TBR as much as I am, which is really weird. But I want to know your guys' TBR down below. Mine is so massive. I have 9 or 10 books on here. I highly doubt I'm going to get to every single one of these, especially since some of these are quite huge. But most of these books I have started before. Some of these are audiobooks, which means I should be able to dive right in, and I just need to stop listening to music, basically. So, and also, I just want to give you a heads up, this might be going up on Monday. I also have another short little conversation starter that I want to get started with you guys that I'm planning on posting somewhere this week or next week as well. So look out for that video. And of course, I am still planning on posting every Friday. I know I'm getting really slacky with this. I'm sorry, it's on my major YouTube channel, so I have a lot of things going on right now. But I'm just going to try, and that's the whole point of this pack right here. I'm going to plan on reading a lot this week. I'm getting my life scheduled, so expect a Friday video as well as this Monday video. I'm super excited for you guys to maybe even read along for my 24-hour readathon. I'll talk about it more when the video gets closer. I'm super sorry. I'm just super excited. But guys, if you like my video, please give me a big fat thumbs up. And don't forget to comment down below about any type of books that you're reading for the month of July, or any books you read in the month of June, since I didn't have a wrap-up, or any of the books that I mentioned. Did you read them? Do you recommend them? Are they overly hyped? What is your point? If there's any books on this TBR that you want to see a review for, please let me know now, because most of them I'm going to be reading more towards the beginning of July and not towards the end of July. So if I know now, I can start planning in advance. That's it. And of course, hit the subscribe button. And you can, if you watch this on my People Fly Why channel, please do go into the links down below and hit subscribe button on my books reading corner, because eventually I'm just going to move everything over there. It might be in a month, it might be in 2 months or whatever, but eventually it's all going to be over on that channel. So yeah, just to give you a heads up. So yeah, I am going to call off now, and thank you for watching my July TBR.